questionable designs, even more questionable names. In this video, we're going to go through 10 of my top picks for the weirdest 3D printers I've ever seen.
Questionable printers even.
That's the one. Let's get started. How's it going, guys? Angus here from Lady Muse, and I am joined by the famous, sassy Lady Muse.
Hello!
And today, we're going to go through my top picks of 10 really weird 3D printers. I mean, 3D printing's been around for a while, and there's many companies in the market now making machines, but these ones are just a little bit strange, or in some cases, a lot strange.
Yep, the vices of excess, I call it.
Yes, it's a bit like when someone sees 3D printing as this sort of pot of gold, and then they take their own approach at it, and sometimes it hits, and sometimes it misses, and
sometimes
it goes out the park in terms of misses. So yeah, we're gonna start off pretty tame with the Raiscube A8R. So I've reviewed a Raiscube before, and it was, to be honest, pretty disappointing. It was made out of acrylic, and it was pretty fragile. So I'm not sure if Raiscube saw that video and took that criticism on board, but this is the A8R, and this machine is made out of aluminium. Yeah.
You always know it's going to be flashy when it's made out of aluminium.
That's right, not aluminum, aluminium.
Aluminium.
Aluminium. But so it's metal, which is actually really quite nice.
So there's first of all, there's a blaringly obvious mistake in this entire design.
Yes.
They have stuck a digital camera on top of the 3D printer.
That's not a digital camera, that's a screen.
Well, it looks like it.
But it is a pretty crap place to put a screen, I will be honest. And the spool holder's just off to the side like that. I mean, why?
Why not?
Why? I hate it when people put spool holders on top of machines.
It seems kind of like logical in a sense.
Well, it's because the screen's in the way, isn't it? They can't put it in the middle.
Exactly. That screen is taking up some real fine real estate up there.
Yeah, it really is. And the thing is, though, like, it's nice that it's made out of metal, but they copied a really ancient design. I mean, it's metal, except it's got these crappy threaded rods down the bottom holding the bed in place.
So, old design, just metal.
Yeah, it's like they've taken their old design of acrylic and they've made it out of metal, as if that's going to somehow solve all of their problems.
Well, you know, as they say, it's like, why reinvent the wheel when you can plate it with gold?
It is literally the Raiscube Bling edition in that case. They should have done a gold anodized machine. I would have been tempted. But yes, I mean, Joe over at 3D Make Noob did a live stream selling this. So I'll put a link in the description for any reviews I find of these machines. But yeah, I mean, this is a fairly tame one out of all this list, and it's already pretty weird. So
just getting started.
Shall we move on?
Maybe. Do we want to?
Yes.
Okay, fine.
Okay. Say hello to the MYRIWELL RLD-200C.
I think it's pronounced MYRIWELL.
The MYRIWELL, the ne'er-do-merry-well.
The never-do-well.
The ne'er-do... That's not very nice. So this is a MYRIWELL, and I actually tested one of these ages ago. Not this one, but another MYRIWELL machine.
I bet it looked a lot different.
It didn't actually.
What?
It was still plastic.
So this is not really a surprise.
No, they like their plastic. But the thing about this one is it's like a kit.
It's a kitsch kit.
Yeah, it's a kitsch kit with this bright purple and blue plastic, and injection molding's not cheap.
Well, gotta give them points for standing out.
Yeah, it definitely stands out. I mean, 3D printers give you a more delicate home.
It's like a super contrasted Cadbury colour.
It is. It's actually a bit like a Cadbury printer. It doesn't print chocolate, though. I am disappointed.
And we're yet to receive review requests.
For a chocolate printer.
Yeah.
I keep saying I want chocolate.
Anyway.
Yeah, no one's listening to me. Anyway, it's made out of these blue and purple, like, waffle-like pieces.
Does it, like, literally slot together?
It looks like it. So, I mean, that's pretty cool. I mean, if it goes together in 20 minutes...
It's like a Lego printer, really.
Yeah, it's a bit like a Lego printer, I would say.
Hasbro printer.
They were going to make a printer at one stage.
What?
The Toy Maker, I think it was. Yeah. It was announced ages ago, but it never happened.
My Little Pony printer.
Oh my god.
Print your own ponies.
They would have made a fortune.
They would have.
Probably
Again, once again, missed the mark.
They missed the mark once again. But This machine is all plastic, not.
Yeah, I just let something slip there.
It's no. I was gonna say sheet metal, not
sheet metal.
It's
you sure you didn't
sheet
mean something
plastic.
else?
Why did I invite you on this video?
It's a mystery. Anyway,
it's a mystery. So apparently ABS is environmentally friendly. I guess you can recycle it, but yeah, I mean it looks interesting. It's fair call. They've gone for something different, and it definitely stands out. So that's the MYRIWELL RLD200C.
MYRIWELL 200.
The ne'er-do MYRIWELL for $273 US. Drink can 3D printer.
Yay, fine then we're talking.
Yeah. Now this is I've seen this rebranded a few times. Rockspace is definitely a rebrand of this machine. I mean it's interesting because it's got linear rails. Like it has like rails, for the axes. But it's why did they do a Cartesian like XY back and forward printer in a cylinder?
Oh, maybe they didn't really have much choice.
Well, they have tons of choice because they could do anything they wanted. But I mean, it looks interesting. It's unique. It looks decent actually for $400.
I don't know. Considering the market is super saturated right now, would you say they're caught between a rock and a hard space?
Why would you even say that?
Someone needed to.
No, they didn't. Actually. The thing is, though,
yes,
is that you're an idiot. And the print size is freaking tiny. It's like 100 by like 130 or whatever by like 120 or something.
So are the samples in that image actually to scale?
Well, that's a good question. I mean, looks like they would fit, but do they have any more information down here? Let's see.
You can 3D print swirly things.
Yeah. Okay, they got no more information. So this is a classic Amazon listing with literally nothing except the bare bones marketing stuff.
And tiny print.
Yeah.
At the bottom.
It says it's got 2 ball screws for Z motion. I love dual ball screws.
I know, Dragon Ball Z, love it.
Yeah, I thought you were going to take that somewhere else, actually. But anyway,
I decided
you had such an opportunity
myself.
there.
I did.
This Ant Mini 3D printer is intended for home users, schools, as well as businesses and institutions looking for a 3D printer for prototyping and production.
So all of the places.
So basically, this 3D printer is tiny and for everyone. There you go. So I quite like the design of that, but I don't know how functional it is, but it looks quite cool.
It's mini size.
Yeah, it looks quite well made. Rencolor RC-201S.
Bit of a mouthful.
So this is the Rencolor RC-201S, complete 3D printer with touchscreen. I'm not quite sure what to make of this. It's like they've taken a cantilever design and just made it ridiculously overkill. I mean, it's like sheet metal and aluminium extrusion parts and billet parts and why doesn't it have support on that side?
I don't know, it looks like the long-distant cousin of the MYRIWELL 3D printer.
No, it does not at all.
Yes, it does. It's like the bright colours.
Well, it's all metal, though. The other one was plastic.
Well...
This is like the opposite.
That's why I said distant cousin.
Distant.
Yeah,
this is like the opposite.
It's a relative.
It's a relative in terms of why would we choose this route.
It's also more expensive.
Oh, it's way more expensive. It's $520 US, which is crazy.
$1,000. It must be good.
Yeah, so what do you get for that sort of money? So we get a well-designed extruded design, brings you smooth extrusion experience.
Smooth. Cha-cha smooth experience.
I love a smooth extrusion.
Don't we all?
High-quality metal heat bed. Quick and homogeneous heating. No more extra wrapping.
What is it? Keep speaking fancy to me.
I'm not sure.
Homogeneous. Oh wait, this was a
that
PG...
Not anymore.
Video, okay. No monetization.
No more, demonetized. It does have a touchscreen, which is nice. I do like seeing touchscreens on modern printers.
I don't.
Why? You don't use them.
It's tacky.
You don't like touchscreens?
Yeah.
You like buttons?
Yeah.
Okay.
I like analog
You're like
devices.
analog and tactile.
Yeah, I like to fiddle with the buttons.
Well, you can fiddle on another printer, because this one's a touchscreen, and it looks well made and heavy duty, but questionable design choice.
And it doesn't look stable.
No, that's what I mean. Cantilevers aren't stable. That end can wobble. I mean, you've got only two 8mm rods there. When this is moving back and forth, that's going to cause that to wobble.
Isn't that going to cause that ghosting problem you talked about?
Exactly. That's the problem that Cetus has.
Who are you gonna call? Ghostbusters.
It does sort of have the same kind of color scheme, doesn't it?
It does.
Ghostbuster printer.
Bust your ghosts. Except it's not going to bust the ghosting, it's actually going to create the ghosting problem, so it's a very ineffective
Ghost
Ghostbuster.
Maker.
Ghost Maker. Actually, that would be a cool name for a 3D printer.
It would do. Yeah, better than a lot of these other names.
But what's next in the...
Next in line, the Zootopia.
Oh no. Oh lordy. Oh goodness. Oh gracious.
So apparently Disney make 3D printers now.
Well, it's about time. I mean, they were taking everyone aggressively off, for their, Marvel 3D prints. So this obviously makes it all clear now.
Absolutely. No, they were taking down people left, right, and center. So it makes sense why they were trying to get into the 3D printing game. So why don't we just clone a CR10, give it some bright colored... Oh, look, it's dancing.
Yep.
Give it some bright colored brackets and, just call it the name of...
a very popular anthro-animal movie.
Yeah. Absolutely, and charge a lot of money. I mean, that's $600 plus 200 delivery.
Well, it is Disney pricing.
It is Disney pricing, isn't it?
Yes. Oh. You got even the Judy Hopps filament over there.
Yeah, well, actually, surprisingly, you should say that, you can actually buy different brands of Zootopias.
Oh.
Look, you can buy a Zootopia Tarantula, you can buy a Zootopia Michelangelo or Ender 3, one of those, whatever designs. One of these, whatever's...
Anonymous 3D printers.
That looks quite Disney with the rounded corners. And
it's pretty smooth.
It does look very nice. So, there you go. And you can even buy Zootopia filament. How about that?
Oh, goodness.
Wow. Magicube!
Magicube!
I actually saw one of these printers at an event 2 years ago. It's adorably tiny and... I actually love it, and I want one.
I'm sorry, it does look like the kitschiest of the 3D printers here.
Oh, well, it does, absolutely. It's like plastic cubes, and I'm pretty sure the print bed had like a rack and pinion on it. Like, it didn't have a belt or anything, it just had a motor with a gear, right? Like, it just geared, but I don't know, like, commit to your design. It's for kids. And
I don't know, I think they really missed an opportunity to make it look like a Rubik's Cube, to be honest.
It does, yeah. It really does look like a Rubik's Cube, I'll be honest. I mean, look at these women. They look really impressed.
Oh no, they really know their stuff.
With that printer. They're like, who are you and why are you taking a photo of me? And then it's like suddenly on their product page. That's exactly how it usually goes down.
Another lawsuit in the works.
Oh, good luck suing them.
Yeah,
so, yeah.
A face of absolute, joy.
Yes. Look at this printer. I thought it was a giant Rubik's Cube, and it's just a printer.
So basically, by the looks of it, it looks like it doubles up as both A 3D printer, and B, a coffee table. Yeah,
and a weird looking object, and... $600 US, apparently.
Okay, that seems to be the average.
That's pretty expensive for a tiny plastic printer. Okay, now on to the Aladdinbox.
So Disney just could not get enough with its Zootopia. They just had to throw in the Aladdin into the mix, with the upcoming movie and all.
Oh,
yes.
This is the perfect time. So, yes, the Aladdinbox SkyCube, officially sponsored by Disney and endorsed to print out all your
Aladdin needs.
All your Aladdin needs. For your little
Arabian Nights getaways.
Arabian Nights Casbah stall. So I've seen this printer under different names. It's been rebranded heaps. I don't know if this is the official branding of it. It's another.
Yes.
I keep saying sheet metal.
Sheet metal?
No. It's another injection molded plastic design. Which there's big molds involved in making that. But
everyone loves their molds.
I mean, yeah, they do, right?
They're molding it to greatness.
Molding it to greatness. I mean, it's a tiny printer, though. So it's like 125 millimeter print volume.
Well, let's be honest. Have any of them been big 3D printers? Because they all seem to be minis to me.
No, they're all pretty small, actually.
For bargain price of 600 average.
Yeah, well, this one is only $260 Australian. That's super cheap. What is it in US? Hold on. 199 US. That's really cheap. That's actually quite tempting.
No.
We'll get to that later. So I mean, it's super ugly though. They're trying to make it look like an appliance, in my opinion.
Looks like, what is it, like the whole retro, like 1950s kitchen top counter appliances?
Yeah, it kind of does. maybe fun for kids. Cool appearance, grab attention wherever it is placed.
Probably not fun for kids. Well, they've got balloons, so it's fun.
Oh, it's because it's light. It only weighs 2.4 kilos.
So basically, I can attach a whole bunch of balloons and it'll fly away.
Yes, probably. Or you can play basketball with it.
This is definitely a product for kids.
Oh yes. Ah, dear.
Easy to operate, easy to clean, 3D printing, made easy.
Made easy. I don't know. I'm at
Game
awe.
Oh, you see.
Yeah.
It's for children.
It's for kids. Okay.
And it's a soulmate.
Soulmate. Alright, well, it looks like a cute little machine. If it works, though, I mean, that's pretty cool. But it is very much unusual in the name. I wish they'd called it something else. Aladdinbox is a very weird name choice.
Absolutely.
Almost as weird as Zootopia.
Yeah, no, I think that one takes the cake so far.
Yeah.
Or does it?
Or, well, I don't know. You might like these next machines. Let me introduce you to HOONY. The HOONY 3D desktop acrylic LCD screen printer H8 DIY. So, yeah, this one grabbed my attention for various reasons.
Yeah, well, first of all, brownie point to the name, because it's like, that's something that you can really get into if you're Australian and you've had a couple of beers late in the evening.
Yeah.
You're going, HOONY!
You're gonna go hoon your printer.
Hoon it up!
And it looks pretty neat. It's got linear rails. I mean, linear rails are really quite nice over rods. But then it's all acrylic.
I thought you liked acrylic.
No, it's...
What, you like sheet metal?
I like sheet metal. I like metal printers. Acrylic's brittle.
You're very hardcore.
Yeah, no, acrylic shatters when you do little slots.
Sheeters.
So it's like... And it's got a little Xbox, like, interface. There you go. You like that over touchscreens,
You know
right?
what? I can respect that. I like that design. I like, a little analog device, and you like select the thing. It's uncomplicated and it's not stupid.
Yeah, it actually does make more sense in this circumstance.
Why complicated it? Like, touchscreens are just so finicky.
It is a little bit finicky to use, and I mean, people are used to the tactile buttons.
Now, brownie points, if it is, well, I'm giving a lot of brownie points. So extra brownie points if it's wireless, because then you can actually just like organize your printer while you're sitting on the couch, across the room, like, oh, you just want to get it set up, you just boot the buttons. I mean, so I'm hoping it is Wi-Fi.
Well, yeah, that'd be nice. I mean, it does imply there's no wires connected to the printer in the photos, so maybe it is, but I highly doubt that.
Yeah, but this is the kind of revolutionary content I like to see in 3D printing.
Yeah, it would be nice to see. I mean, the pictures are all really blurry. I'm not zoomed in.
To the others?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's kind of like also been photoshopped.
I think it has been horribly photoshopped. So apparently you can print this on it. Good luck. I think on any FDM printing that detail.
Actually, it looks like a render.
That's probably not a render, but it's probably on a much better printer. Or it's probably just a real mask.
It's a resin, actually.
No, the volume's not too small in this one. 210, 240.
So box.
So it's a bit bigger. It's about the same size as a standard i3.
Great, so it's slightly bigger. Big improvement.
Here they go, they're comparing against each other.
Oh.
Recommendation degree, kind, run mode, print size.
And I think we just have to go back to kind, like, what is this, a recommendation degree for kindness, like, how kind is your 3D printer for your heart and soul, or for your, like, working process?
Well, this one's very kind, clearly.
It's absolutely... Will it pat you on the back after a hard day? Is like, because at that level of stars, I'm expecting it to serve me breakfast in bed.
Oh, it'd be nice. But wait, there's more. Introducing the HOONY H6. And this is actually what the machine that kickstarted this whole thing, because I posted it on Twitter and everyone was like, what the heck is that? So I started looking at weird printers.
It looks only slightly different from the one before.
Well, okay. So this one, at a face value, looks okay, because it's got linear rails and dual screws. It looks a bit like a CR10, except...
for one damning feature!
If you look really closely...
Or not really that closely.
Well, not really. Well, for a start, it looks like a photo collage, because there's just bits randomly on it.
Not sure if that, like... Is that, like, exposed electronics in the corner?
Well, that's pretty much exposed there, yes. But the nozzle clearly is at the same height, if not further up than the motor behind it. How did this get past quality testing?
Very simple answer. No quality testing.
There was no quality testing at all, I think. with this. I mean, look at the photos. I mean, it's got the same game controller, which is cool, but how did this happen? How did this happen?
And I have concerns because I'm pretty sure that is not what their workshop actually looks like.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it wasn't spawned out of some, like, Stargate.
Cosmic Stargate.
Cosmic portal. It came into existence from planet HOONY.
HOONY Planet presents.
I mean, like, I like linear rails. I think that's great. But then you look at the path that the Z-axis takes. The motor's here. And then it goes up, and then there's a belt, and then it goes down. Okay? I mean, there'd be a...
Angus is lost for words. He has no words to be found for his rage.
I'm just confused. I'm just...
It all looks confusing.
Like, yeah, like the belt for the Z is there, and then this design here...
Look, to be honest, it all actually looks like it's been composited together. Like, it looks like it's all been, splashed together like that. Like, what is that, the fan?
Like, that's the extruder with the cooling fan. That looks like it's a different photo.
I'm pretty even damn sure it is a different photo.
Over the top of it. And, like, there's a hole there with, like, an extra hole next to it.
Just in case you were lacking in holes.
Yeah, just in case you had to expand a little bit into another area.
You can actually also see that it's slightly offline as well.
Yeah, and there's only 2 bolts there into that rail.
Well, because 1 would be just too little, but 3 would be extravagant.
Oh, absolutely. And that's the offending motive for the Z-axis, for the X-axis, which is a fine way to do it, except, like, I don't understand why it's there, not over here upside down, so it's not in the way. Why did you do this?
Honestly,
and that's clearly just a drawing.
Yeah. Honestly, this looks like a composite image and render of what happens when you tell someone to say, okay, put together what you think a 3D printer looks like. And they've just gone through Google Images and have just taken a bit here, a piece here, a bit over there, and voila, you get the HOONY.
Yeah, that seems to be the case. They've literally just cobbled it together. So, I mean, if HOONY ever watches this video, guys, send me an email. I'm happy to come on board as a director for your company, because you clearly have some idea of quality. You want to use Rails and that sort of thing, but you need some help.
I don't know. Do you really want to be director of HOONY?
Yes. Who wouldn't want to be a director of a HOONY?
Of a HOONY. I'm gonna hoon through the business.
I'm hooning on the director. I mean, the print quality is missing a line.
Yeah, but I love it how it's like, here's a little spot of where the only part of the print that doesn't suck, it's like, please divert your attentions away from the print and look at this very specific part that doesn't look crap.
Please don't look here where it's missed an entire layer.
Rather look at this little portion over here, the perfect portion.
It's such a shame.
What do you mean a shame?
Because it looked like it has promise, and then it's just no. I mean, it's so cheap as well.
Yeah, how many times have you been hurt?
Oh, so many times.
And not just by me.
Oh yes. Sometimes 3D printers hurt me.
Sometimes literally.
Oh dear. So, we've seen a lot of weird printers. You think it can't get any worse. But I have one final printer. The creme de la creme of weird 3D printers that I've come across on the internet.
Do you really want to go there?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay,
go. Welcome to the Aladdinbox miniOne portable foldable complete 3D printer.
So now we have the return of Aladdin, who just could not get enough from his previous 3D printing venture.
So, yeah, clearly they've gone down a different route to their previous machine. I mean, this looks pretty swanky.
It is probably the most futuristic looking 3D printer out there.
Oh, absolutely. I mean,
it looks like a sport car.
One person's interested. It looks like a Transformers.
Yeah.
Like a Transformer, like...
It will actually transform into a little robot and do your 3D printing bidding. Like, that's the expectation for this.
Yeah, it's like Bumblebee.
It is Bumblebee.
And it folds, and it's got eyes on it.
And his gothic brother.
Yeah, and his dark, evil brother. They only print evil 3D prints.
The Woeful Hornet or something.
The Woeful Hornets. This machine looks pretty cool, apart from the fact it's all renders. There is not a single picture that is real here. It's all fake.
Also, I'm not sure if these are like little touch screens or like what's it going on with the little eyeballs at the front.
Well, they look like lights. I don't think that. I mean, it says easy to control using your phone. App on your phone called Xinkebot.
Is it Xinkebot?
And software is Aladdinware.
Xinkebot.
Yeah, there you go. So you can use it to print fully coloured Fallout helmets, apparently.
Oh, and metal charms.
Yes, and little charms like that, and robots.
You know, this is the only thing I believe that it can actually legitimately do is the little Lego hair top piece. You know, the little toupee.
You could do the head, yeah.
Yeah, like, yeah, I can believe that. Yeah, that's probably its actual quality.
And possibly that if it was larger. And
larger and done on a different 3D printer.
Because it's not going to print big. I mean, this thing's tiny. It only prints 100 by 100 by 100 millimeters. It's the smallest out of all of them.
Do you want us to go back to it? I'm not even sure how it will actually work. To be honest, like,
I'm sure they'll figure it out.
It looks too chunky. It looks too rigid. It's like, how the hell is it going to move around? Like, does the top move or does the platform beneath it move? Because if the platform beneath it moves, I actually think that's pretty interesting.
Well, I mean, looking at this, the platform probably moves left and right, and then it looks like there's a little screw there, so that bit probably comes down and then moves forward and back.
I do like the idea of a rotating heat bed that, you know, like shifts the printer around rather than the nozzle having to do all of the hard work.
Yeah, you can get machines that do that.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
I don't think this one does that, though.
I don't think it does anything.
It's
a render.
So, okay. So for you loyal audience who are still watching and listening to this ridiculous video...
First of all, thank you for putting up to our video and Lady Muse's useless annotations.
Oh, very useful, I think, and adding a lot of value to this video. I want please let me know in the comments, guys, which out of all these printers you liked the best, and out of all those comments, I'll look through to see which one was voted the highest, and I will see if I can get one to review.
No, just please, Lord, help us, not Zootopia.
It might be the Zootopia. I mean, let me know in the comments which one you like the most, and I'll see if I can get it. And I'll review it, because these machines are all insane and ridiculous, and I love them all.
And Angus is a little bit of a masochist.
Yeah, I really am.
Dungeon 3D printer.
3D printing dungeon torture test. Yeah, I'm gonna print a torture test on the Aladdinbox.
He's gonna have it's gonna have him against the ropes.
On the what was it? Sorrowful Hornet.
The woeful.
The woeful Hornet printing my torture tests. So thanks for watching, guys. If you enjoy this video and want to see future 3D printing videos of Magicube, hit the subscribe button. Usually they're a little bit more serious.
Well, also on that note, let Angus know if you'd like Lady Muse to come and crash any future videos.
Yep, she's always around.
Like a bad smell.
Oh, yep. Yeah, absolutely. And we look forward to seeing you very shortly here on Maker's Muse. Catch you later, guys.
Cheerio.
Bye.
Here's the latter half of the 20th century. And man has sent rockets into deep space. He has placed satellites into orbit. He has actually